girl Under Keziah. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Okay, so we're gonna be speaking about Candace Owens and Black Lives Matter. Okay, now I know Candace Owens is not everybody's favorite person. Okay, but when somebody is right, they're right. She did a documentary on the Black Lives Matter negligence towards black people and their families that trusted in Black Lives Matter. Okay, Black Lives Matter founder Patrisse Cullors, she racked up about $90 million. May I repeat this? $90 million. And she didn't help the families. This is why I never wore a Black Lives Matter t-shirt, why I never rocked a Black Lives Matter hat, why I was never walking around talking about Black Lives Matter. Not to say that our lives don't matter. I just was in support with the founder and her organization. This is why I never wore a Black Lives Matter t-shirt, why I never rocked a Black Lives Matter hat, why I was never walking around talking about Black Lives Matter. Not to say that our lives don't matter. I just was in support with the founder and her organization. But of course, I'm going to support my people, and I'm going to empathize and sympathize with my people because I'm them and they're me, okay? So I can feel them. Her, on the other hand, the founder, absolutely not. When I first found out that her behind purchased a mansion, purchased property for millions of dollars, I'm like, ma'am, are you serious? Now, George Floyd family and them is not living in mansions. They didn't get mansions. Why are you propping yourself up in a mansion? That wasn't your hard-earned money, boo. People trusted you to do the right thing with this money. So Candace Owens, oh my goodness, she is very controversial. She is a proud conservative, and she's a host of the Daily Wire. So she took her cameras out there and she was interviewing plenty of people. She was interviewing multiple people, giving their feedback and their experiences on dealing with Black Lives Matter, and they all have something negative to say. None of them have positive outcomes when it came down to Black Lives Matter. One was a couple, Teresa Scott and Alvin Monongo. Okay, those were two people that lived with George Floyd for 4 years before he died, before he was murdered, as I should say. And they said no one helped. Black Lives Matter didn't even come in and step in to help them out. They said bills was piling up. His car couldn't be taken care of, so it just got destroyed, being left out in the harsh weathers. No one helped them. And get this, even his own family. What's so strange and odd to me is that his family never got any of his possessions neither. So they didn't even look out for his stuff neither. They didn't even do that. Not his clothes, nothing that he found, nothing that was sentimental to him, none of his pictures, nothing. And one thing that George Floyd, his roommates, were saying that meant so much to him was his Bible. He doted on his Bible, okay? This is mine right here. He doted on his Bible, all right? And he loved reading Proverbs, which is a great read, by the way, and Matthews. And he would be reading his Bible, reading his scriptures out loud, and they could recall that. Those were fond memories they have of him. But his family never got anything. Let me tell you guys something. You know good and well you're not close to no family member like that. But the moment something happens to you, oh my God, then they all want to be crying and acting like you and them were like this. Okay? No. And didn't George Floyd have a girlfriend? Wife, or whoever she was? How come she didn't come through where he lived and picked up his things? So Candace Owens also spoke to Fraser Ross. He is a boutique owner, and he felt he got threatened and also pushed and bullied into donating $10,000 to Black Lives Matter because Chrissy Teigen, John Legend's wife, and her two online pals, one of their names is Donna Omari. And she threatened him and said he's being a racist because he's speaking out about the atrocities of people looting his store, and caused him, guess how much dollars, you guys? $400,000 in damages. Who gonna pay that back? Not Black Lives Matter. Who gonna pay that back? Now Chrissy Teigen, he was upset, he was infuriated with Chrissy Teigen and her other pals and anybody else who have a huge following and have a major influence on many people all around the world, is that you guys have a following. You guys have a massive following. Why would you offer $100,000 to bail people out of jail, to bail protesters out of jail? He felt that was igniting people to loot even more so. Well, if I loot, then I'm gonna get off. You will use loot in neighborhoods that were already suffering, that's already struggling to prosper and keep their head above water. It was stupid what these people was doing. I never condone no looting. So that location in Minneapolis where George Floyd died, other parts of Minneapolis that was destroyed by these sick looters, it never got rebuilt. These businesses never thrived again. These businesses never redeemed themselves. Yeah, so what would you do if you were out there in Minneapolis and had a business and people were looting and destroying and cause you hundreds and thousands of dollars in damages? Would you want to rebuild? Would you want to rekindle what you started? Or would you just wash your hands, throw in the towel and be like, okay, you know what, I'm out, I'm done? Okay, these are the things. You see, now I want to tell people this. I want to tell black people this. It's been too long, black men, black women, that we have been protesting, not me personally per se, but I'm just speaking in general, because maybe you watching me never protested, and even if you did, okay, but too many of us been protesting since the days of Martin Luther King, since the days of Malcolm X. I don't know to go as far as Marcus Garvey, but too many of us been protesting. No justice, no peace. No racist police, just tagging along with them same picket signs. It's like, that hasn't gotten us nowhere, right? That hasn't gotten us nowhere, right? That. We've been recycling the same thing for decades and nothing has changed. Scripture says to come out of her, my people, okay? Don't seek these people's peace and their wealth. You need to congregate together. Put aside self-hatred, put aside petty, stupid beefs, and work together. There's a word called unity. How about we unify together? How about that? How about we get with the Father? 2 Chronicles 7:14. If my people that are called by my name humble themselves, pray, seek my face, turn from their wicked ways, then I would hear from heaven, hear their prayers, and heal the land. Healing the land means that, okay, you have a disease, you have a sickness, you have enemies that's trying to come at you. How in the book of David, David had multiple enemies trying to seek to kill him. Okay, the Most High was always there for David, and he will be there for you too, but we're not going about the right way. We're trying to do things the physical way and escort the Creator out of our situation. Dig deep into who we are. What have we done wrong? See right here, this Bible here is history, okay? History, all right? It teaches you a lot of things, and it will make you understand why things are the way it is. There's a lot of prophecy in here, and it tells you you're not going to get peace with these enemies. The people who look like the cop that held his dirty knee on George Floyd's neck, they're not going to give you what you want. These people have a perpetual hatred towards people who look like me. Not all of them, but most of them do. Most of them do. We have to get on the right side, and we have to fight these people spiritually. We cannot depend on no offense, Reverend Al Sharpton, but we can't depend on him. We can't depend on Jesse Jackson. We can't depend on no Black Lives Matter. We can't depend on any of these people. The only power, the only entity that can help you and save you is your Creator. Is your Creator. There's no getting around that. There's no getting around that. You pray to him for everything else, so why don't you pray to him and seeking him on this situation on our people? Why are you not seeking him on this situation? Never occurred to you that he put you in this situation? Never occurred to you there's prophecy in the Bible telling you that this stuff would happen? Because we want to be disobedient and not follow what he says? Okay, we have to, come on people, we have to get spiritual here. And I know it may sound, oh my gosh, like it may sound, whatever to you, but at the end of the day, it's true. It's true. Trust me, if someone else passes away that's black in the hands of another white police officer, what are you going to do again? March? Protest? You have to have a warrior type mindset. And no, I don't mean you going out with guns and shooting and killing these people. Beat them spiritually. You get on your knees, you worship and you pray, and you seek the Father. And imagine us all getting on our knees, just bowing down and praying. All of us doing that at the same time. You know how powerful that is? You don't think that he will move? Do you not know how powerful that is? All of us getting on our knees praying and asking for forgiveness and asking for protection and guidance. You don't, I'm telling you, we have been going about this the wrong way. We have not been fighting it spiritually as we should. As we should. We cannot depend on people who are not spiritual. We cannot depend on people who do not have your best interests. We cannot depend on people who look for political gain, financial gain when it comes down to the black tears and black pain and black death. We cannot depend on those people. The only one you can depend on is the one who created you, that created us. That's who you have to depend on. We can't do this no more, people. So I do want to check out Candace Owens. I do want to check out Candace Owens' documentary, Exposing Black Lives Matter. It needs to be exposed. Any black family comes into a tragedy such as George Floyd and the Mike Browns or Trayvon Martins, don't even go to Black Lives Matter. Forget Black Lives Matter. Forget Black Lives Matter. We come together with a new mind, a new spirit, and we beat this with the Most High leading and guiding. Without him, we're not going to win, people. We're not going to win without him. We keep trying to do everything physically and not spiritually. That's why we're falling by the wayside. So again, we have to unify. We have to change our mentality towards one another. And it starts within you first. We shouldn't just come together when someone in the black community dies by the hands of a white man or a white woman. We should come together at all costs, through the good and through the bad. We're supposed to support one another. Come on now, we gotta do better as a people too. How can we be healthy and whole and function properly in society where we're not even taking good care of ourselves and we're not looking out for one another? No. We're supposed to love one another. We're supposed to be good to one another. So let's start with that. Let's start with that. Yes, it's unfortunate what happened to George Floyd. He died a brutal death. Imagine a knee being stuck in your knees for 9 minutes. Who could breathe? Who could breathe? No one could breathe like that, crying out for his mama. That was sad to see. That was horrible to see. We gotta sit back and really analyze what we have been doing and realize our errors and change them. If you haven't checked out Candace Owens' documentary, please do check it out. If you have, you can leave a comment in the comment section or leave a comment. Do you still support Black Lives Matter? Or do you now have a change of heart due to all the evidence that's coming out that these people didn't support a doggone thing? Didn't support a doggone thing.